Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, and it's time for another reaction request. If you have a video that you'd like me to react to, check the description below. There's a link that'll take you to a Google document with all of the relevant information. So today we're going to be looking at another history-related video. We've got History's Most Mischievous French Celebrity. And, just glancing at the description, I saw this is going to be about Julie Daubeny? I don't remember exactly how you say it, but I am vaguely aware of this story. I think I've seen someone cover it before. I don't remember who, but I have. It's been a while though, so I don't really remember exactly everything. But I think she led a pretty interesting life. It was my big takeaway from whatever I saw, and it definitely wasn't BlueJay. So I'm interested to see. I don't think I know this creator either, so I'm interested to see both what they're like and how they cover this story. In only 5 minutes, because this is a 5-minute video, so this is going quick. Like, I mean, here's Extra History, who I've reacted to other videos of before, and they covered it in 10 minutes, so twice as long. BlueJay, here to do it in 5. So let's get into it. Here we go.
If we've learned anything from the 1990s masterpiece Home Alone, it's that we can't resist the story of a troublemaking rascal. Now take Kevin and give him tits, a rapier, and an unquenchable thirst for adultery, and you've got the revelation of Julie Daubeny, known professionally as L'Amourpin. This 17th century French icon lived life to the fullest, screwing enough dudes and dames to challenge Pepe Le Pew's reign as most seductive Frenchman. Her tale of extraordinary and impetuous adventures provides ample evidence, contrary to the popular belief that all Frenchmen are baguette-eating, poodle-walking pussies. So today, we'll explore her colorful life and why she needed to be personally pardoned by the King of France. Twice.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a good job hooking us in. It is kind of coming back to me, too, whatever video I saw before.
Julie's father was in charge of training Louis XIV's pages, training he also brought home to his daughter. Well, to most dads, the idea of quality bonding time may be playing games, going on a walk, having a picnic. Her dad went and taught her the art of combat instead. Having grown up and trained alongside boys her whole life, it should be no surprise that she knew her way around more than one kind of shaft. She became a master of seduction, but fathers skilled with deadly weapons often used said weapons to chase off potential suitors. Hi, I'm here to pick up Julie. But deep down, Julie knew that all she needed to do to please her father was pick the right man. So she fucked his boss. At just 14 years old, Julie became the mistress of the Count of Armagnac, the one man her dad couldn't refuse. To mask the affair, he arranged for her to marry some tax-collecting beta. But soon, Julie became too much for the Count to handle, so he ended the affair. Naturally, Julie responded by running off with a new lover, a traveling swordsman. Why settle for Cyril Figgis when you could have Inigo Montoya? Traveling the French countryside, Julie made her living by performing as a traveling singer-slash-fencer, while dressed in men's clothing. Having been trained from a young age by a fencing master, she basically had maxed out the one-handed skill tree, in more ways than one, and was so skilled that onlookers were often in disbelief of her identity.
We keep doing that, aren't we?
No woman can have this skill. This is clearly a man. Oh yeah, motherfucker? Well, take a peek at these rockin' knockers, you French fuck. Julie soon became bored with her swashbuckling side piece, and with men in general, so she went on to seduce a local merchant's daughter. The girl's parents weren't all too thrilled about this. It's safe to say you didn't see too many rainbow flags in early modern France, so her parents turned to the cure-all solution available to 17th century Frenchmen. Religion! Her parents shipped her off to a convent to keep them apart, and to learn her some Jesus. But not even God could smother Julie's sex drive. So she joined the convent herself, and began hooking up with her beloved right under the big man's nose. Shortly after her arrival, one of the nuns died. So, naturally, Julie dug up the body, threw it in her lover's room, and burned the place down before the pair ran off in the confusion to freedom. You know what someone does. And now, they finally found her
It's a great story.
3 months later, when Julie became bored of the girl and dumped her back at her parents.
Wow! And then ruin it.
Sentence in absentia. So, she turned to boy toy numero uno, who used his influence to convince King Louis XIV to pardon her. So what will she do with her newly found freedom? And how about join the opera? Fuck it. As Julie was making her way to Paris, one man dropped history's most stellar pickup line. I've listened to your chirping, but now tell me of your plumage. With what was basically the 17th century equivalent of, nice legs, what time do they open? Julie wasn't taken by this master of seduction, and she drew her sword. She dueled the man and his 2 stewards at the same time and won, driving her sword straight through his shoulder. She actually felt bad about this later on, so she visited her victim in his recovery bed and hooked up with him anyway.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, they
As
both
you
got
do.
stabs in. Paris was the heart of showbiz in France, and much like its modern-day counterpart Hollywood, Julie shanked and shagged her way to the top. One day, she was attending a royal ball where she spent her time talking up some eye candy, which didn't roll over well for three of the woman's admirers, so Julie, recognizing their discomfort, apologized for her advances and promptly left the party. Yeah, no, she tongue-kissed the shit out of her in full view of the royal family.
Blasphemy! You disrespect the king and all of France with your heretical display. I challenge you. Do a duel. Swine! I challenge you to a duel.
Actually, I love the gays. Dueling was outlawed at the time, but this clusterfuck entertained Louis XIV so much that he pardoned Julie for the second time in her life. A life that was just getting started, by the way. This all happened when she was still a teenager, so next time you think you're hot shit, just remember this girl had won double-digit duels and fucked her way out of a death sentence by the time you bought your first Club Penguin igloo. Anyway, even though she was pardoned, tensions were high, so she had to escape town, running off to Brussels. There, she was a mistress again before returning to Paris and finally reconnecting with her husband. Oh, did you forget? Yeah, she was married throughout all of this. You can probably imagine how well that conversation went down. Apparently pretty well. They lived peacefully together for the rest of their days. So, in conclusion, while Julie Daubeny has earned her permanent entry in the book of history's most badass persons with their tales of duels, seduction, and all sorts of mischief. Actually, I can't think of a downside. Well, other than being French, so.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's entertaining. That was first video I've seen from this BlueJay, but great presentation, and it's a fascinating story. I'm sure whoever I watched before cover it was equally fascinating. I'm sure this extra history one's good too, just because, I mean, it's one of those characters in history who just is inherently interesting. Yeah, that was fun. Quick video, but a lot of fun. Don't think I have too much else to say beyond that. Just, yeah, good content. Hope you guys liked the reaction. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.